What is up, everybody? This is Carl from Technical Goodies, and today we're taking a look at the Nework E-series 4K smartboard. And this is me on the smartboard. Actually, let me get back to my normal desk position. Alrighty, so that's better. Okay, so this isn't just a smartboard. This is a full Android 14 tablet in a 55-inch television. So imagine you're sitting at your couch or at your desk and you're looking at your 11 or 12-inch tablet, and it's an Android tablet, and you're trying to show people something on the tablet. It's just so small. So take that powerful tablet that you have, supersize it up to 55 inches, and toss it into a 4K display, and now you've really got something. Now, as it's a little bit difficult to show from this particular camera angle, I will go through and show the software, all the things that are available inside of the operating system itself. Like I said, it is an Android 14 device, which is Google EDLA certified, and an interactive whiteboard. Now, I'm sure you've been in a meeting at some point in time where everyone's writing on a whiteboard, and afterwards you have to try to erase it, or someone comes in and erases all your notes and you're not able to get those notes anymore. This gives you the ability to have a portable option to be able to have a whiteboard, video display. There is a ton of I/O on this thing, and I'll go ahead and go over that too. I'll go ahead and run over a few stats. Again, this is the Nework E-series 4K smartboard. Thanks to them for sending this over for me to be able to show to you. Some of the features include an AI octa-core processor plus 8 gigabytes of RAM on board. It also has 64 gigs of storage, so you can upload or transfer over video files, presentations, PDFs, anything that you want, and also install all the things that you want, because it comes with a full Android store, so you can log in and download those apps that you're used to using on a small tablet. Also, it does come with this Smart Pen right here. So right here is a Smart Pen. So I'm not actually good at writing anything with my fingers. I'd rather have a pen, so if I'm on a whiteboard, I'm able to draw out all the notes or presentation, or take the notes of what's going on, or draw pictures. So this is perfect. And then it goes ahead and stores right there magnetically, so you don't lose it. With the I/O, you do get full function USB-C, dual 20-watt front-facing speakers, and low power consumption. So it uses up about 0.5 watts when it's in standby mode. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the operating system and how it works, and sort of show you the features that come with the board. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look at the actual TV itself, as well as the Android operating system and all the features that you get if you do purchase something like this. First of all, this, like I said, this is a full Android device. So swipe up from the bottom and you see all your apps. You have all the Google apps installed, all the Android apps installed, plus the things that they've already put on here. File Commander for browsing files, eShare Pro for screen sharing. You can make it a business signage, a source launcher, so you can have a picture-in-picture for your sources like HDMI or DisplayPort. Voice recorder, you can put up a whiteboard, which I'll show you here in a minute, which is the extremely powerful whiteboard. So you can see it's just a standard Android experience plus, right? Come down, you get to see all your notifications, your hotspot. You can use it as a hotspot. You record your screen, internet, Bluetooth, all the standard stuff you would expect from an Android tablet built into a large 55-inch screen. Come in here to the Google apps and pull up YouTube. So if you want to show YouTube, you can. I'm going to go ahead and load a 4K video for you. I'm going to go up here, make sure it is a full 4K experience. 2160 full screen, and there you go. Now you have your full 4K screen to be able to show video with all the detail you would get from a standard 4K television. Go forward here a little bit just to show you a couple different examples. So I'm not sure how it comes across on the video with compression and YouTube and stuff, but this is absolutely very vibrant. I've actually had to record this a couple times because my camera was being blown out by how bright and vivid this screen actually is. So this gives you an example of that, but I can also, as it is an Android tablet, go like this and put this into a picture-in-picture. And then once you have it in picture-in-picture, you can kind of change the size if you prefer. Then you can also open up their Sources app. For example, I can pull up my PC here. So this is actually a computer that I have connected here. And you can actually go ahead and just put it on the other side of the screen here. You can change the size if you wanted to small, or bring this down to small and bring this back up to large. and then kind of show two different things on the screen at the same time. This actually has the ability to show up to, I think, 10 screens at the same time. One of the cool things too is that it does use casting. So if I want to go ahead and open up my iPad here, I can do two things. I can go ahead and plug my iPad in through the USB-C Thunderbolt port on the front and go ahead and cast my screen to here. So now I'm able to cast my screen and then show different things. So for example, this is Google. If I want to go to Wordle or Amazon or something like that to kind of show some things, I can do that. Now, another good ththing that I can do is I can use the eShare Pro app, or it's actually built in. You don't have to use the app, but I can go ahead and I can screen share my iPad directly to the TV itself. So if I wanted to show something on Amazon, or if I wanted to come in here and I don't know, these are the quick sort of things, we wanted to play Wordle or something like that, I can do that because it has a multiple ways of showing things on the screen through all the IO input and then all of the casting ability. It's just super powerful. So for example, I'll go ahead and unplug, come up here, screencast directly to it without the cord, and it still works. So it's exactly what I was showing you before with Amazon. So you can use the cord, you can use the input, you can use over the internet, whatever you want. All those the ways to share directly to the screen is awesome for like a business environment, home environment, or a school environment. So one other thing I wanted to kind of show you on this was the whiteboard. So this is a really cool selling point, and I think super powerful because not only does it have a standard whiteboard, it has a ton of extra features. So for example, right now, standard whiteboard, draw on it, clear. Multi-touch with my hand, 5 different points, clear. 10 different points, clear. Now, why is that powerful? If you have multiple people that want to draw on here at the same time, then you can do that. You can have up to 10 different people. You know, so you have kids in a classroom that want to come in and draw, and they want to do their little things over here. And of course, I can't draw, you know, a house over here and a cat with 2 different hands. But if you wanted to, you know, you can see all the different points. You can have them gather around this and draw at the same time, which becomes the same as like a physical whiteboard where you have 5 different pens, 10 different pens, and they're all drawing. You can do that same thing right here on the board. And then again, you also have your pen that connects right over here. You can come in here and draw, Carl, or you can do your flow charts. Come down to here. No, come over here, through this gate down to Carl. Yes. All right, and then you can do other things with different pens. Let's see, I'm gonna change my pen to a skinny one. And this is more of like a writing stylus over here. Then if I wanna change the color again and change the type, then I'm drawing again. This is more like a paintbrush. So you can kind of see how powerful this is. And then they have a whole tool menu. So for example, if I want to draw some shapes, let's go ahead and draw a square with the measurements on it. I can start to do that. If I want to draw some floor plans or something like that, I can also toss in a web browser, right? So then I can go into draw mode, and then I can say, okay, I want Google over here in the corner. I want to make this shorter, and I want to make this button a little bit longer. So you can kind of start to come in here and draw on this as if you're working on your website. That way you can kind of keep those notes, okay? Other tools you can do is you can bring up a planet. You can kind of see it back here in the background. Close that up. Let's see what else here. You can do slot machine, web video, split screens, dice, spinner. So if I wanted to go ahead and pick what I wanted to have for a snack, grape. But you can modify this to whatever you want. So if you're doing like a team meeting or something like that, you have the ability to do that. And then you can also do like a mind map if you wanted to. You add different things here. And it's very quick and easy to do. Okay, so now I have all of my meeting notes right here, so organized and beautiful looking. What I can do is come over to the menu, share by QR code, come in with my iPad or my iPhone, open in Chrome, and there you go. I have my entire meeting right here, and then I can save the image or send it to someone by email or do whatever I want, or I can come directly in here, send it by email. I can put more annotations on here. I can save it, share by QR, all that kind of stuff. So it's super powerful. And what it does is it makes it so that you don't have to spend a lot of time saving this, opening your network, sending it to your network, going to your computer, opening your network, opening the file. It just takes all those steps out of it. So I've been very impressed just in general by the whiteboard itself, but also by the fact that it is a 55-inch full-featured Android tablet, all built into a 4K display. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ports. So on the front, like I said, you do have the 2 speakers here, as well as the pen holder. But as far as the ports go, this is where this becomes extremely powerful. Like I've said, you have 2 USB 3 ports. You have a touch, which is a USB-B input that allows you to be able to plug in a device that is capable of using touch, and then also use this as the touch screen for that device. HDMI, so this is probably a HDMI out, and this is also that USB-C that I had plugged in to my iPad. So this is a full-featured USB-C port that supports data and video and 65-watt charging, 2 status lights, and your power button. So taking a look at the back, you have your Wi-Fi antenna right here. This basically comes with the device, and you just kind of slide it into the port. You have 2 more USB 3.0 ports, another full-featured USB-C, another touch USB 3.0, your HDMI in, your HDMI 2 in, your display port in, and your LAN out and your LAN in. So this can be used as a pass-through. If you plug it up to your network, you're able to also plug in your devices. And then in addition, on the back, you also have a line in, VGA, Android 3.0, HDMI out, digital audio, and analog audio. And I also wanted to highlight the fact that it did come with this nice stand here. It was so easy to assemble. So basically you put this stand together. It was just a couple of screws, and then you basically add the 2 vertical mounts there and hook it right onto the stand, and you are good to go. So as far as I/O, you have pretty much anything you need. Again, this is a multi-purpose, multifunctional tablet in a TV form. So having a 55-inch tablet when you're working at home, let's say you want to do Zoom calls, or you want to do telework calls, or you want to do presentations over telework, you can do that. It's very simple. If you're in a business, it would work great in a conference room or in an office when you have to display things or show people things all the time. And then also for education, there's a lot of educational uses. With the full app store, you can download child-friendly apps and games that they can play. So there's a wide range of scenarios that you could use this in. And so far, I've been really impressed with it just by sort of messing around with it and having that full tablet experience plus input, whiteboard, screen sharing. I can cast my phone directly to the TV if I want to. Again, this is the Nework E-series 4K whiteboard. It is pretty impressive to me. As a tech guy that likes the ability to use my gadgets and my tech items the way that I want, having all the I/O on there that allows me to basically decide what I want to do, when I want to do, and have it in a portable way that's not just a tablet. So this is a 55-inch TV. It does come in 65 and 75 if you want to. The rolling cart is sold separately, but I do recommend getting something unless you're going to be putting it on the wall. That's up to you how you want to use it. As far as portability, being able to roll it around and move it to different rooms, I think is absolutely incredible. Again, thanks to them for sending this out. If this helped you out, please give me a like, subscribe. I'd love to see you back. We do this stuff all the time. I do tech hauls, product reviews, all that kind of stuff. But until next time, this is Carl from Techful Goodies, and I'm out.